It's really a show about democracy, really.
What was it that made you write it? Is it frustration at the way people are kind of just almost giving up?
Yes, but specifically what made me write it was I've been doing some teaching in a university, and it became clear to me that young people had very little idea of how we got to have things like weekends and 40-hour week and things like this that we all take for granted now, actually had to be fought for, and were fought for very hard, and people died fighting for them and were sent to Australia, and all sorts of things happened in the 19th and early 20th century. And people didn't really have an idea of how that had come about. And so I wanted to write something that informed people about that, gave them the ideas about the fact that in a democracy, to be a citizen is to take part in trying to bring about those changes.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to do it through lectures and normal things, and I ended up writing this romping musical satire.
And it's performed very much by students and also activists.
Yes.
So you brought them in as well to some extent.
Yes, students and young activists from Bath, where we did the performance a month ago. So it's, you know, an amateur cast of students and young activists who have all come together and do this thing, but we've got heads of department, if you like, who are professionals like me, and so we're aspiring to a very high standard of production. You know, it's a form of community theatre.
And the main character, she goes in search of a way out of this world. Do you think, when we look at the anti-austerity measures we're seeing and the marches at the moment against them, do we think lots of people are now trying to kind of find a way out?
Well, I think there's undoubtedly, you know, people are finding it very difficult in the world that we live, as particularly in the workplace, where people feel very much that they have very little say in what happens in their workplaces. You know, we've become increasingly sort of hierarchical and increasingly powerless in our own lives, particularly to do with work, I think. And she goes to sleep, and when she wakes up in the land of do what you're told. And the only way for her to escape the land of do what you're told is to find the Liberty Tree. So we sort of use the structure of the Wizard of Oz, and she goes on this journey to find out what it means to be free in the modern world.
Yeah.
What can that mean when I have to do what I'm told every day by someone at work, and then I'm told what to do, and I can't go there, and I can't park here, and I can't... What does it actually mean?